But cool, yeah, got some notes for Colin.
Meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead. Ejecting.
Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is Forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is Forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
Omega left. We're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're ready to lift, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead. Ejecting.
Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is Forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is Forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
Omega left. We're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're ready to lift, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead. Ejecting.
Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is Forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is Forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
So make a left. We're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're ready to lift, you need to get on board as quickly as possible. We're now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Skull. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're...
Pay attention to the paper doll. Make sure you guys are shooting the correct legs. Be careful of the collisions. I don't want to hear complaints about it. Work around it. Let's play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. And then anybody's running short is going to stay towards the top of the caldera if we're going to come at them.
I have you in the Griffin.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us, right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4.
It's fine, chill out, man, it's fine, it's just a fire starter.
Warum Leute reden miteinander?
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't die. 15 seconds, don't die.
Guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Dar, CT, yellow. Okay, go to Charlie, see if we can get it.
There. To your left, there's there. Sorry, shoot.
So, jetzt gleich hinter die Indie-Pocken,
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border. On my mark.
Left side, come on! Like now, I need strikes on empty barrels. Why are our strikes up?
Die Hauptgruppe rechts, Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side when you pass over.
Repeating is bad.
Both legs on the Griffin. Hit the Griffin.
Sorry about that. That was such a
That's right. I'm gonna spawn Lance, you guys in Charlie, Lance, you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Jetzt in die Breite, zieht euch in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurz Aufschaltung Delta 4-3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line.
C4 Tactical Hill, boys.
Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, hab 2 durchlaufen, 10, Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left, Charlie, Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves. Make sure you've got UAV cool shot.
Here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Decro. Tez on.
Go.
Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3.
Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin.
Well, get cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter. They just pushed up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta.
Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this.
Full pressure, guys. Full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3.
Get the fucking arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Cough. I got him.
Go, P3, go.
Echo, go. Get over on your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow.
God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill. I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.
At 220 meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject. a sex dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down the lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
Omega Left, we're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're able to live, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets.
You've got them on radar, Control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep walking.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of a sex dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down the lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
Omega Left, we're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're able to live, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets.
You've got them on radar, Control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep walking.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of a sex dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down the lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online.
Omega Left, we're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're able to live, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets.
You've got them on radar, Control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no!
We're...
guys, that's our last match of the season. Let's make this one count.
Wenn sie zu mir kommen, mich überraschen, ziehe ich sie zu euch und fertig.
Alles klar. Alright, so medium's Gamma, light's Theta, heavy's Kappa.
Roger.
Alright, here we go. Bravo Lance, data is yours. W key.
Roger.
Alright, can't see anything. Stacking up in Theta.
I keep getting seismic. Can you see them?
Yeah, they got heavies up here as well.
Kill anything that moves.
Lights, just give us some scouting. That's probably the best thing for you guys.
Roger, moving to E4.
Here they come. What do you see? What do you see? 100 and Delta 4 on. Alright guys, comms, got it.
Yep, prepare to fight, call target.
Pushing
Outside
in,
killer
pushing
cell.
in.
Guys.
Here we go. That big mix has moved up. That big mix has moved up.
Copy that, okay.
Wait for them to come to us.
Roll into them.
I'm rolling. Rolling. There's Max D3 coming from our right, guys.
Yeah, we got this. I want to call something and I want to see it dead in seconds. Make it happen.
Okay, auf 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Guys, we need to get on top over here quick. J'ai un Stormcrow qui casse lui dans le dos là.
Keep going, let's go!
Go. Everybody in.
Got him. Nice. Rock crouch down.
Time they can move, guys. Go now.
Bravo's leg.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Yep, get out of there right now.
Take care of that Black Knight. Telekinesis.
What's up? Kill him now.
Push forward, guys. Push forward.
Nice fucking job.
Just run. Stay alive and run.
Nice job, everyone. Well fucking played. That is how it is done.
Fuck yeah, man. Well done.
I can forgive you for shooting me in the back.
Alright, keep your eyes active, guys. Don't have scouts on this one, so we're gonna have to all scout.
I'll be there soon too. We've got mechs on the way. You guys got this.
Seems like a fucking ambulance 911 call.
We are headed into drop 2. 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies, 0 assaults on skirmish. Let's take a look.
We need to spread out a bit. We need to see where from they're coming, and then we will.
Alright, boys. Manly men. We're gonna take some fire. We're gonna put fire out.
Just make sure you trade well.
Ja. So, stopp. Wir ändern Bewegungsrichtung.
Schon zu weit. Yeah, we need to go it now. Yes.
Keep it up, hold your ground. They have a lot of guys beat up CGs.
The light is peeking at us, Rocket 4.
Yep, you got one right here.
We're doing alright, guys. We're up by 2. Stay cagey. 3 remaining. We got this one.
Alright, guys, let's do this.
Oh my fucking lord!
Foxtrot is crit CT.
Alright, light going behind him,
Hey, Charlie, come on, guys, finish him.
Side doors open. Prepare for ramming speed.
Stormcrow, Charlie.
Tir d'opportunité sur le couverture par l'ultra là.
Oh, and he got the kill.
And with a second shot, takes down Ian with his double.
D'ailleurs, derrière, bravo. Dans les jambes toujours.
Like, go back.
Don't panic, just do it.
Yes!
It was a great match, back and forth, all sorts of stuff going on, incredible shots, things we've never seen before, and things you don't get to see.
Good job, Dara.
Yeah. meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep walking. This is McQuarrie. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting. Roger, Control. Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is Forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift.
Good evening, Mech Warriors, and I think my mic is way too loud. Holy crap, let's turn that down a little bit. I just redid my computer yesterday, so if there are some audio problems, please forgive me. Let me know in chat, I'll fix them. But anyways, I'm RJ Base. Welcome, Mech Warriors, to another exciting week of MRBC. Joining me once again tonight is the infamous, the one and only, the man with the puppy, Mikado Mad Dog Soul. Mikado, how you doing? And tell us what we have going on tonight.
What's going on, RJ? Thanks again for having me, man. We have a pretty awesome matchup tonight, sir. We have a little bit of a grudge match, I would say. 54th MR versus Kong, vying for first and second place here in Division C. It's gonna be there's grudging from last season. I mean, they both came up from Division D. They were first and third, Kong being first. And I think 54th has a bone to pick with Kong going into tonight's match.
I would agree with that. Kong, of course, being the Cinderella story of MRBC this year, it feels like. I mean, it was just a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year, not much, a couple weeks more than a year. They were getting into competitive play for the very first time, and they struggled really hard in Worlds last year. Struggled trying to win matches, but it got their taste going. They got that competitive taste going. They immediately hopped right into MRBC Div D and won it last season, Season 8, and here they are now, highly competitive in Div C. I mean, my money is on one of these two teams making it to Div B for the next season of MRBC. And I think 54, well, yeah, with that grudge you're talking about, they want it. I think they both want it, but...
this is 54's opportunity tonight to come to shine. They can come out tonight, beat up Kong Lords tonight, possibly elevate them in the first. They came in third in Season 8 last year in Division D against Kong Lord's first place finish. So, they're ready to come out of that limelight, right? They're ready to jump to the front, as you could say. But I mean, these teams are both very solid, as you mentioned. Kong and 54, they're both very competitive teams. The more groups like this play together, the more they build that synergy. Coming from from Black Watch myself, I'm relatively new to that crew. But the more you play with that same group of characters every single day, and every single comp match, you start to read each other's minds, and you get to get that synergy going and that movement, and it becomes like magic. And I think Kong has demonstrated that over, like I said, making that progress. 54th has it there too, but it's going to be call who's going to have the better focus fire, who's going to have that better synergy tonight as these two competitive teams, rising competitive teams. Like I said, some Kong from the ashes, so to say. And this is a Week 7 match, so we will be playing tonight on Canyon Network, Mining Collective, River City, Polar Highlands, and Tourmaline Desert. And I think we have some good brawls to start off with, I want to say.
Well, I would hope so. I mean... I can say it hasn't been streamed lately, but I can say that my team, the Two-Toed Swamp Foxes, we've figured out a strat for drop 1. It involves the brawl. It involves a little something more, and it was. I mean, well, if you're paying attention to the stats at all, we actually won our first match last week. Beat the Marine Mechs 4-1, and so when we get and just like my team is doing. When we get to these last few matches in the season, I think we start to see, especially in Drop 1, we start to see teams changing it up a little bit as they get more used to their main guys, the main brawl guys. We've always talked about that Overwatch mech in first one or in the first drop. Sometimes you're starting to see teams bring 2 or 3 or even half the team as Overwatch, large pulse, or even some PPCs. I've seen that a couple times now. We're starting to see that these teams that have been working together all season employing new tactics that help them win. I mean, again, looking at Div B, the Sky Rangers, who have been in dead last place for the entire season, they even pulled off a victory 3-2 against the Smoke Adders last week. And so we're seeing that team cohesion that you were talking about. What word did you use?
Synergy.
Synergy, yes, you're seeing that synergy for all these teams. It's coming together, and the play, the level, the quality of play between all these teams competing, it just keeps going up and up and up. And another great reason to do this match tonight. We got two teams vying for first place here. One is really hungry for a first place finish. The other one, the Cinderella story, probably can't believe how far they've actually gotten so quickly in just a year's time. It is a really good story.
And so going into match 1 and 2, especially on Kenyan Network, it is a domination match, and teams really do. They are made or broken by these quick brawls, right? That's where you don't have time to politely call out targets or politely, oh guys, okay, we're gonna focus that heavy mech over there. You don't have time to do that in a brawl. It's quick, it's dirty, and it's gonna be pretty intense. Again, going to this first drop, it's 4 lights, 4 mediums. The team that kills 5 of the enemy mechs will win the bonus, of course. And it being domination, again, a newer game type to MRBC, it does force both teams into this middle section of Canyon Network, which everyone kind of sets up there. They set up on either side of the middle section there in Delta 4 on Canyon Network, and then you have this kind of poking match, which team's gonna push over first. I hope to see.
Mikado, I apologize. The chat's telling me that I'm still too loud. My volumes are all messed up because of redoing my computer. Should I be on the map screen now?
Yeah, if you want to jump on the map screen, that sounds good. And hey, guys, stream, thanks again for helping us tune this in. We rely on you guys to help us dial this in. We're our own control rooms, and you guys are working for us for free. So thanks again. But we'll jump over there on the map strat. Make sure I have the right one here.
Same one we've been using.
Let's see. Do you already see the Canyon Network up?
Yeah, Canyon Network is up.
All right, perfect. Okay, so
I'll link it to you just in case.
Perfect. But Team 1 again is going to be 54th. Team 1 is going to be Kong. Am I saying that right?
Kong, yes.
Yeah, Team 1's going to be Kong. Team 2 is going to be the 54th MR. Personally, I prefer Team 2 side on this one for like a normal match, but it doesn't matter here for the brawl. Both teams are probably gonna do the typical, pop up here to Delta 4. Kong will have 54th come in here like this.
I don't see anything being drawn on the map.
Nope. Okay, let me make sure I check this out real quick. There we go. We're already breaking stuff. Okay, let's try this now. So again, Kong coming in from Team 1.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Both teams are going to kind of push in like this. And then you have this kind of middle section, this map right here for the brawl that, this is like the great wall of make Mercstar, make 228 great again, right? The team that crosses this wall first, that's more aggressive, I have to say tends to win matches on this one. Are we going to see a team that has an Overwatch mech with an Overwatch medium, on one of these flanks out here in C4, D3? I don't know on this type of map. I haven't seen too many, that I've expected. But the team that pushes over first, I think, is going to be the victor in this. Who's going to be the more aggressive? Again, with the skill tree out, there's a ton of strikes to drop. Everyone's going to be probably running 2 strikes. You're going to have the cool shots, you're going to have the UAVs. You can't sit very long since skill tree came out in cup matches anyways. Everyone's packing strikes like the old days. You can't sit and stand still. You can't hang on to cover. You're going to get striked to death. You're going to get softened up. So you've got to push in. You've got to be aggressive. And, RJ, do you have any bets for this first match? Who it may go to just from past performances? Or should we just flip a coin?
I probably flip a coin because I don't know. I mean, 54th is hungry for it. Of course, led by L Switchblade, one of the official MRBC shoutcasters. You know, we could probably be official shoutcasters if we stopped screwing things up every time we casted.
We'll see we break tonight. So if you're in the Twitch stream right now, put a bet in. What do you think we're gonna break tonight? Are we gonna lose this?
Well, you saw what happened last week after the stream, right? my OBS freaked out, and they got like 2 hours of my standard stream intro thing that I normally do for only 10 minutes. Oh god, it was amazing. But
yeah, stay tuned, guys. Stay
yeah,
tuned
we'll break something. We're known for it. We'll do it. We'll do it. But yeah, as for who's gonna win this, I don't know. My mic is still very loud. I can see it on the meter here. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more.
No
Okay.
worries.
That should be a little bit better. All right.
But again, this is the fight for first place, guys. So these, they're pretty close in score. 54th has to have a good showing, but they're pretty close in score. They're playing a week 7 match, so they are a week behind. But both teams need to make big things happen here. Kong needs to seal the deal, or 54th needs to come in, beat Kong, because earlier this season, Kong did beat 54th 4-1. I would be happy to see a 4-1 go to 54th, just to flip on the other side of the coin and make that even. Because again, I'm pretty sure L Switchblade right now is giving that pep talk in the locker room to get guys. We're gonna get them this time. We've been working on what we need to work on. Let's do this. And there's those locker room moments going on right now for sure. We did get 54th rolling in here.
Yep, they came in 8 strong.
Yep.
They look like they're ready to play.
Kong will be here shortly. Again, Kong, rags to riches story, definitely making progress, obvious progress in the comp scene. Starting, not too well in World Championships, coming up through Season 8 last year, Division D as well. So let's see if they'll hold on to that crown and if they'll move up from here.
Waiting on Kong to get into the lobby here. The invite has been sent out to Commander Harabek, of course, one of the leaders of Kong. We had the pleasure of talking with him and having him tell his story, how they went, how it started in Worlds last year and got to the point that they are at today. The thing we have to remember, though, Mikado, is that when these teams first faced each other this season, that was week 2.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of chemistry developed since then.
Man, things changed like crazy since week 2.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I would venture to say that most of the teams playing right now that are still in. I know a couple of teams have bailed, but only a couple. All these teams that are still in it now are playing differently than they did the first week of this year. I mean, is the Blackwatch playing differently? I mean, have you guys adjusted things at all?
So the biggest thing, right, is just a mech selection. The meta shifted a little bit. I'm seeing Panthers, I'm seeing, trebuchets, dragons, all these mechs that were past meta are coming back. Teams are looking for, mechs with, with quirks, with structure quirks, with armor quirks, these durability, Hunchback 4 SP, stuff like that are coming back. And you're seeing more and more of just these super tanky mechs. It does prolong the battle a little bit. So with some of these mechs, you do exchange, again, firepower for some of that survivability, the way PGI has balanced things. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Hunchback 4 SP. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Panther or something in the mix. Fire starters have kind of come back as well a little bit. Maybe we'll see some ice ferrets running around.
I've also been seeing wolfhounds. I think there was a wolfhound. No, there's another medium on the IS side. Came out with the resistance.
Other than the Panther?
Yeah, it's a medium. One of the guys in the 228 Swamp Foxes was freaking out about it today, actually. Because it got the armor buffs, you got UAC buffs, and it's all before the skills even come into play. Enforcer,
yes.
The Enforcer.
Enforcer, yeah. You can run some pretty good DACA on that. Some AC5s, I believe, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the skill tree. the skill tree has changed the game. These mechs that were once crap mechs are great again. Some mechs that were great, not so much anymore. One thing we're definitely seeing a lot less of lately has been Kodiaks. I don't know about Div A, but in Div B we're seeing fewer and fewer Kodiaks. Battle Masters, Marauder 2Cs, those seem to be the main assaults people are going with. Sure. I've seen a couple of Atlases come back to the fray here.
You know, I will say comfortably right now, probably the Battlemaster 2C is the strongest assault mech in MechWarrior Online right now. It did surpass the Kodiak. It just has it has a lot more survivability, similar damage output and whatnot, whether you're running large pulse, ER large, or large lasers on it. So there has been a pretty big meta shift. You know, it tends to start with that top assault mech and kind of trickle down. We'll see it probably later on tonight. Maybe some Orion 2Cs and some Brawlers, coming out. Dragons, again, are very, very tanky as well. We've seen some weird stuff coming out, just weird mechs being played. Trebuchets have been played. It's been exciting to see. Since the skill tree release, there's been all kinds of stuff coming out of the woodwork. Maybe we'll see an urban mech that has that super crazy quirk to the CTs.
Yeah, that. I've been amazed at how many of those we've been seeing just in regular drops lately. I mean, it's that those armor buffs that thing's gotten have been crazy. I don't know what you guys have been doing. We've been playing with one with just a single AC-20 in it and like 2 tons of ammo. But you just run around and you just boom everything. It reminds me of the old Boom Chicken days when you had the Raven that ran really slow with just the AC-20 or the Gauss rifle in it. But this thing can actually tank a little bit because it has the armor. It's weird.
Those are the good. And there's videos out there, those too. 12-man drops of the Boom Chickens.
Yeah.
AC-20 Ravens running around. Good shit.
Well, we got both teams in the lobby. 54MR is still waiting on one player. Of course, we're going to wait for everybody to get readied up, too. Yeah. But we are getting close. At this point, we're only 3 minutes behind. So we're doing good.
We're doing much better than usual.
Yeah. How's the little girl, Mikado?
She's doing awesome. And like I said, things changed from week 2 at MRBC to now. I had a baby since week 2. And being a competitive player myself, try playing MechWarrior in like 2 hours of sleep. No, she's awesome, man. She's beautiful. The wifey is doing well. She's not beating me up or anything. She may grab me a beer here if I'm lucky here soon. But yeah, doing well, man. And they're watching the stream right now too.
Oh, really? One of my gaming buddies here in Kansas City who plays MechWarrior Online sent me some pictures. Either put in my Discord or sent me a text message. This is like 2 weeks ago, but his little girl, who I think is all of maybe 4 or 5 years old, has her own MWO account and was playing the game. It's good. Nice. You got to get them addicted when they're young, right?
That's true. Get them on it. Get them on the stream.
Still waiting on one for 54MR. Kong looks like they're getting their lances set already. 54 hasn't even done that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, L Switchblade, he's got 2 casts coming up this week. And he's gonna be casting the Death from Above match, another Div C match coming up. Let me take a look at that real quick. And
that should be fun.
And I don't know if you guys saw this. Let me pull up the standings again. This is a big thing. If we look at Division C very closely here, we can see 228 Death from Above. Of course, Mikado and I have played favoritism. Or have favorites for that team, right? We were both actually on that team at one point. I was with them for season 7. I think you were with them for season 8, were you not?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Okay. But if you look very closely at the rep points here, you can see how close this is in Div C right now. Right now, currently, there's only, what would we say there? 1,300 points separating 4th place from 1st place. Now that's going to change tonight. It's going to go up a little bit, but still, this is a very, very close race for Div C right now. And of course, this match between these two is going to make all the difference in the world. But basically, with still several matches to go for both of these teams, because the division got so far behind, at this point, any one of these 4 teams could still wind up in the first place slot come the end of the season for them.
Absolutely. And, MRBC is one of those special, tournaments where, win small, lose small, right? If you're going to lose, don't lose all your mechs, don't lose your bonuses, right? Preserve everything you can, because a shutout right now from Kong or 54th could drop them to 3rd, possibly even 4th place by the end of this series.
Yeah.
There's no reason why the Death from Above, or Steel Union could all of a sudden catapult themselves to 2nd or 1st. So they're both fighting to not be last, so to say. And that's what makes the battles close. That's what keeps them close. And it's like we have 54th MR readied up and locked in. We got Kong finishing up here as well. Again, great sportsman-like conduct from both teams already. It's good to see. It is not easy manning a competitive roster like this. Doesn't matter if you have 20 people on your roster or exactly 8. It's not easy getting a bunch of guys to work together on any given day, and it's good to see both teams and their team leaders. Of course, El Switchblade, team leader for 54th MR, Commander Harbeck for Kong over here. I believe they're the drop commanders too. So usually the team leaders are gonna be drop commanders as well. But let's see what unfolds here shortly. Oh yeah, and there was some rescheduling going on too.
Yeah, that has to be. I mean, both of these teams are actually short on matches. Well, most of us are heading into week 8 or week 9. I think we're heading into week 9. Yeah, we are. We're heading into week 9 in Div B. These guys are just now getting week 7 ready to go here. Now it looks like everybody is readied up. So I think we're going to drop it. Let's see. Domination, Canyon Network, North America. Time of day doesn't matter in this map. Match time, 15. First person only. No. Yep, we're all good to go there.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
All right. See, guys, we're even checking the rules tonight to make sure we don't drop on like a nighttime map or anything crazy. See?
Right.
We're getting good. We're professionals, all right, Jake? We're professionals now.
If we're professionals. Wow. Okay. All right.
We'll get a tip jar next time.
Yeah, I'll put a tip jar on there. Yeah, people can give us their bits. Send us all your bits. Picado needs the diaper money.
There you go, diaper and beer money. All right, so we'll get set up here. And again, we're only doing a single Twitch stream tonight, so we'll be giving the best point of view from both sides here audibly. It'll be like a excellent baseball game or something.
Okay. We're starting to get some information here.
Can't
get the teams to pull up yet.
What would be considered a home run in MechWarrior? Would that be like a headshot, or would that be like just a shutout, like 8-0? What's a home run here?
4 kills in a row. Oh, I don't know. All right, 54 side. An Adder, a Wolfhound, a Stormcrow, a Nova, a Jenner, an Arctic Cheetah, a Hunchback, and another Stormcrow. 2 Stormcrows.
See, that's different over here from Kong running 2 Shadowhawks again. Those things have heavy quirks, structure quirks, and whatnot. Arctic Cheetah, Hunchback 2CA, Wolfhound, Spider, Jenner 2C, and Nova. So these are some somewhat contrasting broad decks. I saw El Switchblade and that Hunchback 4SP. Look out for these very quirky armor, structure heavy mechs, right? To lead the charge possibly as well. I've got Kong's kind of point of view here from the north side of the map. They're kind of setting up. They got some mechs a little bit further back. They're being a little patient. Whereas it looks like 54th is, about the same setup. They're kind of waiting each other out. Who's gonna go over first? Who's gonna scout each other first? From a competitive side of things, this is where should be dropping strikes. I want to see strikes coming down. There goes a strike coming in right now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do any damage?
All
there.
over the rock.
A little bit of damage there to Rather Dashing and the Wolfhound. But 3% for not having to expose yourself. Another strike coming in. That's a miss right there.
That's another thing about this new skill tree, though. You can pack 2 strikes again, which can be very handy, especially in comp play.
Heavy firepower, and you see just 54th just hammering on the strike after strike after strike. Use them now. You can't really use them in a brawl. And they're going just one at a time. There was another strike coming down. Again, not all of them will hit, but again, 3% without exposing yourself is still it's a good percentage. Is that another strike? Jesus, that's at least 6-7 strikes. I would say 54th. Their airline pilots are MVPs right now.
Yeah.
54th. Their aerospace pilots are piloted by United Airlines, so be careful there. Let's see. We have a Curse here on the flank in this Jenner 2CA, just kind of getting a little view on the outside. But come on, guys, let's see some action here. We got L Switchblade.
Commander Harabek pushing this left side, but spotted really quick. Looks like they're going to try to push him. He might try to get them to squirrel him a little bit, and they almost did.
Yeah, and this is where a single Overwatch mech can really be doing a lot of damage. If one team or the other had a good Overwatch mech right now, I mean, there's a large pulse laser on that Spider 5K.
Oh, nice strike from 54th on these Kong guys on the right. Who's that? A Cursed and Shax or Shalix? I don't know how to say it. Shax. Shikes. I don't know. Oh, here's the push.
Switchblade, the 4SP, that's a tanky mech. Of course, he's leading the push there. They are focusing Switchblade.
Well, they better.
They took up so much damage, though. Look how long it took them to kill him. So
Switchblade and Shax both down.
Yep. 54th already 2 mechs up. That 4SP tanked that much damage. What's going to happen here? We got mechs dropping down.
Yeah, couple coming down to the low area.
Yeah. Oh. 3. Yep. Favorite for a Kong? Or Gong? Or Kong? Fucking the
well, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah. But no, it's shifting.
Yep, 4 down for Kong.
With these little mini brawls going on here. Rather Dashing got focused.
Yeah, another strike, very well placed.
And the Curse looks like going down.
Yep, Curse the last one, and he goes down.
Man,
wow. A decisive victory for 54th.
54 sealed the deal. They will be getting the bonus as well, of course. Kong will not be getting the bonus. And I think I called it the team that's more aggressive, that pushes over that middle section, will typically win this match. And 54th did exactly that. Looking at the damage output here. 54th, the ranging Wampa, 292 damage in that Adder Prime. Love to see those tactical assault adders. Again, one of my favorite kind of weird light mechs there. And they're Cursed in the Jenner 2C doing 206 damage here for Kong. And I wish that how much damage you took and tanked yourself was a stat. Because the L Switchblade tanked a whole piss load of damage, I want to say.
I think he tanked quite a bit of it. He was the first to go down, and he went down quick. You can see they had that good focus on him, but...
So, in the time it takes for a 4SP to go down, even with good focus fire, you could take down 2 other non-quirked mechs, typically. And the Hunchback 4SP, from a comp perspective, you already know that's going to be a damage sink. The mechs you're going to want to go for, like the Novas and the Shadowhawks, any small pulse boats, you want to go for those guys first. Those 4SPs aren't going to do as much damage. And I think maybe that little bit of focus fire, that extra 5 seconds they spent trying to kill that 4SP, is already too late for 54 for Kong there. But wow, 54th coming out strong, man.
Yeah, after drop 1, 54th is up 350 rep points to 50. That one victory there, of course, getting all 8 mechs killed, getting the 25 rep bonus for killing at least 5 of them. Now. We've talked about this before when we stream these matches. I know Panic Button has talked about it on stream before as well for the Blackwatch. The first drop is kind of a crapshoot. Mm-hmm. If you have 2 teams that both have at least a semi-decent amount of skill with their players, and they can focus fire, the team that just does a slightly better job of focusing fire will typically win that first drop. Because it always evolves into that brawl. So focusing that fire, getting those mechs down, the team that just does a little bit better job than the other one will walk away the winners of that one. Here on out, though, drops 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's where the weight classes get mixed up. Next one is going to involve a couple. No. What is? Help me out. Actually, I can pull it up here. I'm having a brain fart.
So next match we got coming up. So it's gonna be Mining Collective. It's gonna be Conquest. 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies. So you are slowing the pace down a little bit, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, teams have to take a little bit more time to set up. It should be less of a crapshoot. There's a little bit more time for focus fire, etc. It's gonna be an interesting change of pace. Mining Collective.
Yeah, you want to take a look at the map?
Yep, let's bring it on. So, with Mining Collective, again, it is Conquest, but because it's such a small map here, let me switch this.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
It's such a small map, and to the point where almost the cap points don't really matter. Typically, teams are gonna go for the straight brawl. They're not gonna go for control strats typically on this map. Maybe we'll see some Orion 2Cs. Maybe a Night Gear or 2, whatnot. There's some room in there. Some fast mediums. Definitely going to see Novas, I imagine. 54th, really like those Shadowhawks.
I can't imagine we wouldn't see Night Gears. I mean, that mech, especially with this new skill tree, that mech is so OP right now. And we proved it this last weekend. The 228 Swamp Foxes participated in a stock mech tourney held by BTI MWO, and there was no rules on duplicates. First map was Terra Therma, and we were all on the same team, so you know what we did. We were all in Night Guards, all of us, and now there's going to be a new rule for the next time they do it.
You ruined it for everybody now.
Right, we did. We totally ruined it. So if we don't see Night Guards on this map between these two teams, I will be really, really surprised. That jumping ability, that tanking ability, whether you go mid-range or long-range with it, is such a powerful mech right now. I would be damn surprised if we did not see Night Guards on this map and this match tonight.
And now, so on this map, from a Team 2 side, if you're going to do Night Gears or Control, the Team 2 side is definitely the place to do it. You can see there's some high points here, Delta 5, Delta 6. They're along the bottom side of Echo 5, Echo 6. Or if you get some Night Gears up on Theta, that can be pretty devastating as well. Where it can be a disadvantageous to a team when they do like Night Gears, a little bit of Overwatch, is here on Team 1 side. You have barrels here, you have this area here, and you have these high ground here. The problem is, though, a Brawl team has all this cover, all these barrels and stuff right here, really block focus fire. So if you're going to be a control team, do control team on the Team 2 side. If you're going to be a Brawl team, go on the Team 1 side. But what I have seen a lot in a lot of recent matches is a combination of both. Like 1 Night Gear or 2 sometimes, very strong mechs from the mid-range or long-range point here. You put them on Theta, you make them your power mechs, and you send your heavies, you send your mediums and lights to go in there and brawl. And you put your crack pilots in those Night Gears, and those Night Gears are just tearing mechs apart as the brawl's unfolding. And that can be effective from either side. So it should be an interesting turn up here to see who's going to have those better crack Overwatch pilots. Just waiting a few more moments here for Kong to get ready. We'll go ahead and set up the next match.
They're actually waiting on me. I forgot to change the map.
Oh.
But I didn't break anything, though. I just forgot something.
No worries. So, yep, there we go. Mining Collective Conquest looking good there.
All right, going back to the overlay page. So, again, yeah, Mining Collective, as Mikado was just showing us, some possible strats there. 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies. These teams are well, actually, 54 is already ready to go. We are just waiting on Kong to ready up, and we will actually be going right into the next drop.
Yeah, 54th is eager, right? When it comes to any kind of competitive series like this, momentum is a big, big thing.
Yeah.
And if even sometimes the underdog team, if they can ride a little bit of momentum from the beginning like this, and that snowball effect continues, they could continue to beat up Kong the rest of this series. Let's see if Kong can pull together here real quick.
Yep, it's all on Kong, Gonk. I guess I never understood why they had the two separate teams. They're both the same team, but the separate names. We should probably ask them about that in the after action here.
Right. Let's say they're finalizing their placements here. And, so Team 1, 54th, they're locked in Alpha Bravo with 1 mech and Charlie. That may be like just maybe a quick light mech, just a quick Kappa, possibly for them. Team 2, a little bit more spread out so far. They haven't locked in yet, but a little more spread out here.
I'm gonna send. Oh. I'm sending you a messaging game here. Uh-oh, they lost one.
Oh.
I think a cursed.
Oh no.
Disco.
Oh yeah, we lost a curse as a disconnect. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ooh.
I was starting to wait for a second there.
Right.
Just some technical issues, he says. All right, so as soon as 2 of them ready up.
And again, readying up is just taking a little bit longer, across the board. Sometimes, pilot comes in, filling in for someone else, doesn't have that skill tree totally skilled out for a mech or two, and you have to go out and skill it up real quick, right? To the skill tree. I found, at least personally, that it takes me maybe 3 or 4 games in a mech to really get the skill tree tuned for how it should be. I very rarely have just jumped in a mech, put the skill tree on it real quick, how I thought it would be okay, and played with it comfortably. I've always edited it, so that can be difficult in these comp matches going into these at last minute.
All right, Mining Collective, a well-known brawl map, but even some of the more skilled teams with sniping have figured out some of the best places to snipe from on here. Will these teams brawl it? Will they have their Overwatch?
Yeah.
And is 54th going to keep that momentum?
Absolutely. And, on this map, that theta, that central area, it's a central point of high ground, central point of contest. Still a very powerful position. Whether you're doing control strat or brawl, it's a great spot to catapult your brawl from, and it's a great spot to control from as well. So we'll get a little bit better idea once the next types of mechs load up for us.
All right, here they come. I am on the Kong side this time, and they brought with them a Nova S, a Nightgyre B, a Nova D. That's their double. A Storm Crow, an Arctic Cheetah, a Timberwolf, a Spider, and a Shadowhawk. Let's take a look. Let's see which one we're going to look at here.
Over here in 54th, I see an Orion, Nova, Stormcrow, Arctic Cheetah, Jenner 2C, Summoner, Hunchback 4SP. So pretty similar, I want to say. In nearly, I don't think there's going to be any Overwatch here. What do you see on that side?
Well, I've got a Timberwolf here with 2 large pulse lasers and 4 medium lasers. That to me says, mid-trade Overwatch. Let's take a look at a couple of these other guys.
Yeah.
Small lasers. Let's see here. It's more small lasers. Those are the Novas. Small lasers from a Stormcrow. So, yeah.
I say probably 80% of 54th right now is small pulse lasers at the moment.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing on Kong's side, just that one Timberwolf for Overwatch.
Yeah, and this Timberwolf, he's kind of in a scary position. He can get ganked there pretty easy. He's a little too close, I want to say. Let's see if they let him hang out there.
Well, he seems to be able to get his lines. Way 54th is pushing up on that left side.
Yeah, so again, it's like Conk a little bit more aggressive, but they took a pretty nasty strike there. Rather dashing. He was the same airstrike magnet from last game.
Trying to get an overhead view here so that we can kind of get peeks around these corners easier.
Yeah, and so there is this kind of corner right here where they're both sitting out. You have Hydrokyle and Zero Mind kind of up top, but they're getting a little beat up here. These mechs are kind of cutting the pie around this corner, but we still have no real dedication. You got to be really careful when you're poking corners like that by yourself. You poke a little too much, you cut the pie a little too hard, and you're going to get pretty messed up. But again, Shax here in this Nightgyre B kind of doing some Overwatch. Getting rushed by
Whisper just got taken out by El Switchblade there.
Yep.
So that's one down for Kong.
Oh, and it's like 54th is pushing. They're on the aggression right now.
Boogeyman goes down from Death of Gods.
Yep.
This is already quickly swinging towards 54th here.
Yeah, Shax is Overwatch during the night gear, so he's putting some DACA down. You know, the Kong does have a little bit more control of the central area, but they're down 4 mechs already.
Yeah.
Not looking good so far. Raging Wappa finally goes down for 54th. You know, at this point, it looks like cleanup. Shaq's definitely getting a lot of damage there to get in that Overwatch night gear, but maybe too little, too late at this point. Kursk, they're holding on in the Arctic Cheetah.
Shax in the Nitro is taking a big beating now. He's got a light Arctic Cheetah focused on him, and he goes down.
Commander Harbeck, nasty shutdown there. That's a bad shutdown.
Yeah, and he goes down. So that's it.
That's it.
54 takes the second drop. Same score as the first.
Yep. Bonus will go to 54th. Kong total shutout there. That's a lot of rep for 54th going to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th drops.
It really is, and they've got that momentum. I mean, go ahead and go over the scores, but at this point, I'm thinking Kong's really got to do something to get things shifted back in their favor.
Absolutely. So real quick, 54th MVP is going to be Death of Gods in the Stormcrow Prime. That small pulse Stormcrow. I love that mech. I think it's 12 small pulse. Nasty little build. Does a lot of DPS real quick. And then for Kong, Shax in the Night Gear B, the DAC and Night Gear 477. Again, 54th was mostly small pulse, and it's super accurate. There's not a lot of spreading damage, and their focus fire was just nasty. There was a little weird spot there on that corner. I think Kong was a little bit too aggressive on that corner, and you know, mechs coming around the corner one at a time really lost the mechs early.
Do you want to see if we can pull this up on a replay?
Yeah.
I might be able to. This is something that Bandit always does, and I kept saying I was going to try it. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, wait. We want to go to this screen. I'm not sure where I'm at in the stream here, though. Oh, it's just starting. So, let's see here. Can I go to live? I can. Oh, it's a 5-minute delay. So on my video, it is just starting.
No. All right, no worries.
Well, I can put it up though. Let me see here.
But you know, yeah, but just generality. So there was that little looked like the Echo 4 corner. You know, Kong kind of got set up on the corner. They really should have been in a more advantageous position. They could have set up more at Theta. Kind of pulled away there. Whereas 54th were very patient, set up on that Echo 4 side, allowed Kong to just, you know, kind of one at a time. Mechs were poking around the corner. All of 54th was there to greet every mech with open arms and open alpha strikes. And it really beat up some mechs very early. But so 54th, you know, I imagine as a drop caller for them, like, hey, you know, keeping track of what mechs are being damaged. Yo, guys, it's time to go. We beat them up enough. Let's do it. And they went in and they straight up did it. But
let's look at the map again. You can walk out in the map there because it's gonna be a couple minutes before that even happens on the replay because of the delay.
Yeah. So if you look here at the map, so there's this little blue corner right here, right? This is kind of the turning point of this match where you had Kong kind of set up here at Theta, 1 or 2 mechs here, some mechs here at low ground. And then you had 54th kind of setting up here, maybe like 1 or 2 mechs up here. Kong, like, and we all saw it, right? They'd have a mech kind of creep up here to this edge, get blasted, and then run back, and they kind of did that one at a time. You know, if you're gonna push. Don't poke a corner by yourself. You know, that's a time where, you know, they had the Overwatch mech, they had Commander Harbeck in that Overwatch mech. They could have moved him out. They could have moved him over to Theta. They put some Overwatch down to here, right? They had that other Night Gear. I'll write him up in green right here. They had a Night Gear kind of up here, DAC and Night Gear. So those 2 Overwatch mechs, they could have used them a lot more, but didn't. You know, were they overly aggressive? Hard to say. It was kind of bad positioning for them, but they should have used those Overwatch mechs a little more. If they would have used Overwatch mechs a little bit more, it may have been a totally different match. But this could be a big change, potentially going to match 3 here, River City. It does really start to open up. Brawling isn't as easy. Okay, you're gonna have, you know, 1 assault, 3 medium mechs, 4 heavies. Okay, so this definitely slows down pace quite a bit here. The assault mech is your team captain, so to say, so you do get a bonus for keeping him alive. So that's typically not going to be a brawl mech. Usually, maybe a Marauder 2C or Battle Master, like I mentioned before. There should be a little bit more longer range trading. The trade and the brawl game can be two very different things. Some teams that are good at one aren't always good at the other. Will the momentum swing back into the face of Kong and into their advantage? It's hard to say. 54th is pretty damn hot right now.
Well, this is where they got to do it here. I mean, you guys just had that match. Who did you play? Osiris last week?
We played Sig last week.
And you lost the first 2 drops, right?
Oh no! So we played Sig this week. We beat them 5-0, but yeah, against Osiris, we were down 2 drops.
Yeah, and so something. I don't know what Panic said to you guys to get you guys back on track during that match, but right here, this is where Commander Harabek has to have that talk with his boys and get the momentum, get that, not momentum, but he needs to get that morale back up. They gotta be looking at this like this is not over. There's still 3 drops left, but we can do this. And that same talk, that whatever it was that Panic said to you guys, that's what Commander Harabek needs to be doing right now.
Panic just threatened to send Chrisman to my house if I didn't, get my shit together, and it worked for everybody on the team. And I actually had a broken Mech Warrior client the first 2 matches, so I wasn't even in the first one.
Speaking of Chris, it looks like he actually updated the scores.
He did. We still behind because we did have Star League, but we're getting there, man.
Have the moon and stars aligned perfectly? What's going on here? Because usually we're shit talking the crap out of Chris right now.
we're mech warriors, not paperwork warriors.
Right.
Yeah, man. But across the division, all the divisions here in MRBC. The men are being separated from the boys in matches just like this. In closely matched teams, you do have underdogs or whatnot, but maybe that one team that practices a little bit more, they play a few more hours that week. They have Chris show up at their house too.
Yeah,
They're just putting a little bit more in, or maybe it's pure luck. We don't know. And they're really bringing it, and 54th has done that so far. This is the match where Kong has to swing the pendulum back. Otherwise, all they're doing the last 2 matches is minimizing losses, and that's not fun.
No.
Blackwatch or anyone, when you come to win, you don't just come to win or 2 matches. You come to win the series of matches, at least 3 out of 5, if not all of them. Shutout.
All right, going into drop 3, Commander Mech mode, no lights. 3 mediums, 4 heavies, 1 assault. If you're not aware of what this mode is, each team must bring an 85-ton assault mech. If you can keep your assault mech alive while thus killing the enemy's assault mech, you get the 25 rep point bonus. These teams are ready. We're going to get started.
All right. It's like Death of Gods wants to go for your back armor.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, and that's another thing. It's kind of known now around the league by people that are in the know. If you see 228 guys, get behind them because chances are we'll only have 1 point of armor in our back.
Sometimes not even that much.
Right, we like to face our enemies.
Yeah, I came from Mercstar where you're more likely to get friendly fire from your team, so you had to have back armor.
Yeah, right.
And again, as mentioned in chat before, we talked about it before as well. This is a map where you can't really set up and get too comfortable because of all the strikes people should be packing on both teams. You think you can set up behind Citadel or behind that comfy skyscraper right over there, but you can't because before you know it, you're gonna have airstrike artillery dropping on your head, softening you up.
These dropships should be moving any second now. They're just kind of suspended out here in animation. Suspended animation. Above the... I think that's water. But then it changes.
Yeah, a MechWarrior Online dropship pilot's very patient,
Yep. They're just hanging out.
Yeah, they're very chivalrous. No, guys. Okay, guys, we can't land at the LZ before the other team does, so... Button up.
They should be moving here any second because I get the basic information to pop up about them.
Oh, hey, like our time of day is correct. Looks like too.
Oh, shut
Awesome.
up! Shut up!
You know, as much as we enjoy night ops, well,
Oh, yeah, I think we might have a disco.
did we break it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, because it takes longer. There's a longer countdown when you're waiting for somebody to connect.
Yeah, it's like molasses, fats, hold.
How are you seeing that?
I jumped into one of the drop ships, into one of the pilots.
Oh, there it goes.
You can see chat.
But there is a hold?
There is a hold. There is a hold.
All right.
And PGI, context suggestion, let announcers somewhat be able to talk to both teams.
Right? Right. I know they're worried about the cheating thing, but I think that there's a few of us in the community who do this sort of thing on a regular basis. I can think of two people in particular, Bandit and MDM, who could really use that functionality to be able to see the chat going on.
Absolutely, and it would be cool too. Allow us to be able to talk to both teams.
Right.
Over like the loudspeaker, essentially.
Or
nothing makes you more nervous than an announcer talking over your shoulder, right?
Or maybe just a way for team captains to be able to message us or something. I don't know. There's got to be better communication between the announcers / refs and the teams that are on the field. But real quick, while we're waiting for this guy to come back, I'm on Kong's side. Oh, it looks like we're gonna redo it.
Redrop.
Yeah, because just shoot each other, guys. This guy's gonna run out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely kill each other because it is no fun having to wait 15 minutes. There we go.
Yeah, and to have to recreate the lobby and everything.
Yeah, again, this is where the sportsmanship side of things definitely comes in handy, guys. Trusting to not look at other mech builds and composition. No counter stratting. It happens in scrims all the time, but don't counter strat when you see certain lances selected. Things should be locked in. Let's see, North Paul and Death of Gods. There we go. All right. And we are coming out, and we'll get this thing going again, guys.
Yep, let's try this again.
But here in chat, guys, show us how much hype you have. Show your support for either team. Post your favorite emoji here in chat. Tell us what team you're cheering for. Let's see who you guys want to see win this series right now. Is the pendulum going to swing back in the favor of Kong? Or are you still going for the underdog 54th coming through this one?
I normally always have one of these teams that I want to see win just because I have a little bit of favoritism for this team or that team. I always try to play it fair, obviously, when doing the castings. But this is one of those matches where I'm just like, I don't know. I like the Cinderella story in Kong. I like the drive in 54MR. Of course, we all really like El Switchblade's casting. He does a very good job for MRBC casting. So this is kind of, and we've done some scrims against 54MR too. They're a very, very friendly group. El Switchblade and a couple of those guys, and Commander Harabek. I had members from both of these teams come and help me out for my 24-hour mechathon for homeless kids that we did, or that I did a couple weeks ago. So we had reps from both teams there. Just really good guys, really nice people, and obviously both very hungry for a win. So I don't have a favorite team here. I really don't. These are both really fun teams to cast here. Waiting on Kong. Kong's got to get their 8th guy back in and get green again. 54MR is already ready to go again.
That's it. Yeah, 54s. They're hungry, man. They're hungry again. Kong has the statistical advantage here. Where 54th is the underdog, but the pendulum could swing either way at this point.
Well, they got their 8th guy back in the lobby. Now we just need to see some green squares.
I can't spell it. It saved my life. There we go.
They're the sportsmanliest. Mikado and these guys are talking in the chat. North Paul. Mikado thanked them for their sportsmanship, and North Paul said, "We're the sportsmanliest."
We need to make that a prize at the end of the series. The Mikado's sportsmanliest
yes,
MVP.
Yeah, we'll make that a special for the end of the season. We'll make a YouTube video out of it. So Mikado, what is now with the skill tree having been out for? What has it been? Was that just Tuesday when it came out? Or it's been over a week. It's been over a week now.
Yeah.
What is your favorite mech currently?
My favorite mech currently. It's a toss-up between the Battlemaster 2C, and probably the Dragon.
The 1C or whatever it is with the
like the 3 large pulse.
Yeah, that thing is
asymmetric. You can run standard engines in it. It's tanky as shit, man.
That is a great mech. I didn't like it. The first drop I did in it, I didn't like it. And then I got together with Hydra Kids and Darklight and Poor, and we're like, okay, no, this is how you play it. And next thing I knew, I was getting 800, 1,000 damage with that thing. I was like, man, this mech is great.
And it just does everything really well. I mean, Night Gears are still at the forefront, but with MRBC, you run 4 heavies. I'm seeing more dragons. I'm seeing grasshoppers still pretty strong, but I like the Dragon. It's one of my favorites. And there's some fun like beef builds you can run on some of the other ones too. So keep an eye on those.
Oh, Beef's always coming up with fun stuff.
All right, so we'll see if either team breaks anything this time.
Okay, well, I'll try to do my drop ship flying again. Maybe we won't wait as long this time.
There we go. See, guys, it's not even us breaking anything yet tonight. Knock on wood.
Oh, there we go. They went right in.
Awesome. Looks like the same kind of loadout here, so I'll start with the 54th on this one.
Okay,
so
I'll head over to Kong if I go the right way here.
Stormcrow, Nova, Summoner, 2 Orion 2Cs, Marauder 2C, Linebacker, Viper. I'm looking at full brawl here. Looks like almost a 54th.
And Kong, we got a Battlemaster 2C, a Grasshopper 5H. Ooh, I'm curious to see what they got in that thing. Nova, a Niker, a Griffin, another Nova, a Linebacker, and a Hellbringer. I'm thinking they're thinking range. Two large pulse lasers and 2 medium lasers in that Grasshopper. SRM 6s in the Linebacker. So I'm gonna hop into a couple of these mechs here and just take a look. Commander Harbeck, 6 SRM 6s in that Linebacker. Who do we got here? Whispers. I think I went to the other team, didn't I?
You're still on Kong. You're on Kong.
Okay.
Battlemaster 2C.
All right. So Whispers, 3 large pulse, 2 medium lasers, Boogeyman, 5 ultra AC2s in that Niger. That's a mean build. I like that one. Shax, 3 large pulse, 2 medium. So yeah, they're doing kind of a brawl mid trade thing. It's a mixture.
Yeah, so your opposite setup. So your 54th being very aggressive here, pushing up. Zero Mind does take a little bit of an airstrike to the face. But the rangiest thing for 54th right now.
Yeah, I see it.
2C.
They're pushing straight up the hill into Upper City.
They're not wasting any.
No, they're not. And we've already got a lot airstrikes, massive brawl.
Switchblade and Commander here are fighting it in this Linebacker and Stormcrow, kind of toe to toe. Seeing the team leaders go toe to toe like that is awesome. Boogeyman pretty down. The Niker 48%, 45%. Niker's getting focused down. He's dead. 54th is still up. Zero Mind, the Summoner.
Two down for Kong.
Already. Yeah, the Summoners, they're not very tanky, but they will launch themselves into outer space as Russian cosmonauts. Take off some damage. 54th focusing a little bit more here.
We got mechs dropping left and right here, but most of them are going down for Kong, with 3 of them killed thus far.
Right, and Hydro Kyle for the 54th, 24%, and that Marauder 2C. Both teams No, Kong just lost their assault mech, so they did lose the bonus. Hydro Kyle barely holding on.
Oh yeah, this is definitely another 54th victory here.
Yeah, Hydro Kyle
just...
legged and went down in RTC.
Shaxx,
wow.
Shaxx hiding in that grasshopper, but they see him now.
Yep, nowhere to go. That grasshopper seems to be a pretty hot build as well.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
He's dead. Wow, another extremely decisive victory for 54th here. So again, only 2 mechs down for them.
Yeah.
You were right. Oh, man, they were just hungry.
It's just hungry, man. Boom, boom. They wasted no time. Went right in for the kill. Again, the most rangiest mech they have is that Marauder 2C. Looking at damage specs here. For Kong, Grasshopper 5H is 773 damage, so that's a good damage. That's a favorite mech of mine, Grasshopper 5H. I own like 4 of them. And over for 54th, we have a pretty balanced spread actually. 536 damage in the Ryan 2C by Bellicose. Otherwise, everyone's very close together. Not a whole lot of deviation. That's pretty important. Hats off to 54th MR.
Definitely. 3 drops in a row. 3 decisive victories in a row. I'm impressed.
You know, I'm astonished. I mean, 54th has a very strong brawl game, and if there's other teams watching the stream right now, be careful of 54th's very strong brawl game so far. We are going to get into some very long-range matches, okay, that are going to slow down the pace quite a bit.
The assaults will slow the pace, but I've still seen the brawls happen on Frozen City or Polar. I've seen them happen on Polar. I've seen them happen on Tourmaline. But after the 3 drops, I mean, just looking at this score here, 3 drops won, 3 bonuses won, only 6 mechs killed, only 6 mechs for Kong's reputation right now, reputation points. That's 1,050 rep points so far in this match for 54th and 150 for Kong. This is not the lopsided match that I was expecting. Not at all.
Absolutely. And, again, when you look at the numbers, Kong should be up right now. Again, they led Division D last year. They are leading Division C so far, but it's totally flipped around so far. 54th has brought a strong brawl game. Again, Kong, at this point, they should be doing damage control. They need to bring this around. They need to come out with 2 very strong wins here at the end to stay in this entire MRB series, to risk not being dropped down possibly to 3rd from a full shutout. Again, we're going to be on Polar Highlands. It's going to be 2-2-2-2. So again, a little bit more balance, but you are lugging some assaults behind. You are extending the ranges you're going to be fighting at. I don't expect to see brawl from either team, but it's still possible. Still very possible for 54 to do that.
Let's take a look at the map. Let's take a look at whichever one you want to go over with us here. So we're still on Mining Collective with it at the moment, but
yeah, we'll jump over on Polar here. We'll just break down the River City strat real quick. Man, 54th, they wasted no time. They did this. They did right here. Went here right for the donkey punch, so to say. Went here, bam, hit them on this corner. There's a little bit of hesitation. I got a little worried for him there, but just the extra DPS they brought to the table was able to fend off, the setup from Kong here. And again, I've said it all night. The team that tends to push first will usually win it. Okay, 54th, they pushed first on Canyon. They pushed first on Mining Collective. They pushed first on River City, of course. They're not doing sloppy pushes. They were softening mechs up with strikes and whatnot, feeling out the damage spread, and they're being more aggressive right now. And it's really important for Kong to realize that they can't let that happen. They either need to recognize those brawl pushes early and be able to rotate out and capitalize on that, or brawl heavier than them. And we will see. So let's move on to Polar Highlands here. It's a real quick map strat. Guys, we've all played Polar Highlands. There's snow everywhere. There's not a whole lot of landmarks. There's some strong areas. Normally, like I'll put on Domination for example. there's some strong points in the middle of the map where you have some of these snow curves, so to say, like a little bit here, a little bit there, right? Where you can kind of divide the map up into like 3 little sections. And when you're in any of these little pockets here on either side of this, you can't see the mechs in this other pocket, and vice versa. You can't see this. So you're kind of isolated fighting one or the other. And usually you see this kind of rotation, whether clockwise or counterclockwise, around the center point. Doesn't matter whether it's a brawl deck or a range deck, it tends to happen still around that central location. And the team that can take advantage of those dips and have the most mechs on the firing line when it's needed will win this. Again, it's hard to call on this map. It's hard to be a drop call on this map because there's not a lot of landmarks. There's not a lot of terrain features. It's typically a clusterfuck, for lack of a better term there. Will Kong play the range strat again and go full range and try to really fend off these hard pushes by 54th? Will 54th suddenly go range and just we have a trade deck here? It's hard to tell. But we do have both teams readying up. 54th again, readied up first. They're hungry, man. Everyone knows what mechs are playing. The mechs are ready. They're ready to go. Let's see what happens here.
All right, so yeah, going in the drop 4, Kong's up 3 drops to 0, 1,050 rep points to 150. This is the 2-2-2-2 engagement, 2 of every weight class. The bonus is 1 if all heavies and assaults are destroyed on the enemy team. That's how you get your bonus. Both teams can claim the bonus here on this one as well. Let's get this drop started and see what happens.
Yes, sir. And again, this is a range map. It is possible to win by cap strat on this. You don't tend to see a lot of teams doing that. It's a lot more fun to kill the enemy team than outcap them. But you can't totally ignore the cap because it's still possible if the brawl or trades, extend out long enough, you can still lose if you're down on cap. So let's see here. And we'll know pretty immediately as soon as both teams drop, just by deck composition. 54th has definitely used their brawl decks to their strengths, not wasted any time. Kong, they did play their strats too, right? They played a little bit longer range. They set up on, Upper City. They're on last game. They're on River City. That's usually a stronger kind of range area, but they didn't have a lot of scouting. It's going to be really important on this match for Kong. If 54th does run a full brawl deck, Kong has to see and scout that brawl early enough to be able to rotate out from it and make them pay. So let's see what happens here.
All right, I'm on the 54 side this time.
Okay.
These guys brought a Kit Fox, a Nightjar, an Arctic Cheetah, an HGN. What is that?
Highlander.
Oh, Highlander. Okay, yeah. A Hunchback, another Nightjar, a Viper, and a Warhawk. Highlander. I haven't seen a lot of those yet. I've been hearing about them lately, but I haven't been seeing them.
They've got some quirks. Let me see if I can jump in this cockpit real quick. Was that? Yeah, Highlander. So it's LRMs. Holy shit.
What? No.
LRM 40, 50, 60, LRM 70 on Bellicose. Holy hell. Okay. My night's been made.
What the?
Is 54 just playing with them now? Let me check out Kong. So Kong, they have a strong drop deck. They have Night Gears, Dual Gauss, Vipers, a quick medium or quick light there. Warhawk for 4 PPCs, very strong still too. Kit Fox, that's a little different. Cheetah.
That's 54 side.
I'm on the wrong side. Okay, yeah, I'm on the right side now. So Boogeyman, we have ERPPCs, Hunchback 2C, very common build there. Commando with some SRM4s. Nova, of course, Brawl. Linebacker with PPCs. Those Highlander 2Cs we talked about with large pulse lasers. So they're not going to be your ER large battle masters. They're going to be your large pulse ones. You have to get a little bit closer there. This is going to be an interesting trade game. This really is going to be an interesting trade game. And of course, there's LRMs. So let's see when the LRMs start flying.
Right.
Waiting for it.
It's a Highlander 2C as well, so it's clan lerms.
Yeah, did Bellicose type at the beginning? Guys hold locks. Did he do that? But man, Commander Hardback takes a little bit of a strike there. Molasses already down to 72% there for Kong. Boogeyman down to 81%. So far, Kong's losing some of his early trades. And the LRMs are flying. Boogeyman's at 66%, 63%. What do you think Kong's comms are right now? LRMs incoming?
I think the comms are saying push him in now. Get out of the Lerm's max effective range zone. Push in close.
You can't waste a lot of time, and so the Highlanders they do have a lot of structure quirks, I believe, as well. They're pretty gnarly. But yeah, Kong's gonna have to be the aggressor here. They're gonna have to bring it together. They don't have the damage output, it looks like right now, to out trade. So still so far it's a little bit slow here. Around some of these bins.
Nice
Whispers,
strike on Kong there from 54MR.
Yeah, Whispers here in this Battle Master 2C, lighting up Bellicose. Bellicose at Highlander 2C is down to 61%. He's kind of danger close to this Nova by rather dashing. Commander Harbeck as well. Highlander 2C is bringing up that rear right flank. They're kind of closing in a little bit here.
A nice Kong push coming over. Well, coming over the Nice 54 push coming over the Kong's right side. Yeah. But they lost one really quick on that. That was the Highlander.
Mm-hmm. So it's like
those Lerms.
54th's lights here are already kind of engaging, kind of some of Kong's backfield. 54th seems to be being a little bit more aggressive here. Their Kit Fox is getting beat to shreds.
Well, yeah, it's a Kit Fox. It's going to get beat to shreds.
But he is manning up against this Grasshopper, for example, from Kakos. He does not care. Those lights are just causing havoc in the backfield. It is even right now. We have the 6-6 trade. Seems to be tightening up a little bit. 54th down, lost another one. 54th is now down one mech.
Yeah, this is the first time that Kong has had the lead the whole match.
Yeah, Viper's going down here shortly. Kong has to keep that Grasshopper and linebacker.
Four down for 54MR.
So 4-5, still pretty close here. This is where late game kind of becomes important. Right now, Kong is kind of split up all over the place.
Oh, but now Kong's starting to drop pretty quick here.
Yeah, Kong got split. Kong had guys.
54 is retaking the lead.
And if you saw the audience, guys, you can't have those mini brawls going on all over the battlefield. Kong was up not by much. They got a little spread out, and it's like 54's here to be able to clean up a little bit more. Bad shutdown by Hydro. Battlemaster 2C Whisper is just tanking damage.
And he shut down too.
So much damage.
He's not going to last much longer though. He's at 47% and he goes down.
Yep. Holy hell.
Both Nightjars still up for 54MR though. So that means Kong will not get the bonus for that, but they at least will get a few more points because they are able to kill 5 of them this time.
Right.
But go ahead.
So that was a good prolonged battle, right? So late game here, if you think you're going down, you need to keep the focus fire down. Kong lost at the end. These Night Gears, at least both of these guys are legged right here. You can still win by caps possibly, but that was LRM Highlander 2C. Holy shit.
I'll tell you, 54th nearly lost that one in the mech lab. They nearly a Lerm boat in comp play. It was the first mech to go down. It was the first mech to get targeted. That Kit Fox followed not too long after. I know people like their Lerms, and a lot of people use them to great effectiveness, but when you're at this level of comp play, that was almost a really big mistake for them. Almost. That could have easily swung in Kong's favor much more quickly because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe they're just feeling super confident. I don't know. Were they planning to run this? Are they trolling Kong at this point? Are they just rubbing salt in the wound? But I think they kind of caught Kong off guard. I think it surprised them because like I said, you don't ever see this in comp play. And you don't expect it to see it in Division A, B, C even.
Well, and there's a reason why we don't see it in comp play. In competitive play, direct fire wins over indirect fire almost every single time. And so I would like we'll have to ask El Switch about that when we talk to him after the match. But Yeah, I'm.
But let's look at the score real quick. L Switchblade. Oh no, Hydro Kyle, Night Gear A did 929 damage for 54th MR. MVP right there, almost a K damage. Whispers did 657 damage in that Battlemaster 2C for Kong. You know, that was an interesting, very interesting play there by both teams.
It was.
Yeah.
I see what Kong was trying to do there, and I think they missed an opportunity because once they saw those, well, maybe that. Oh, see, now I think I'm starting to understand what 54th was thinking there, because if 54 could convince 54 has shown the superior brawl thus far. We've seen that. And if 54th could lure them into their firing lines, their brawl lines with Lerms, if Kong says, "Oh, they brought Lerms," push in, get close, and then they're faced with a really good brawl line that thus far has been superior to Kong's, that could have been that might have been part of their trap.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the only reasoning I can think for it. Big open map, people. And public queue, people bring Lerms on that map all the time. So if we bring Lerms, it'll force them to want to push into us, and then we pounce on them with our brawl.
And 54th, they had their crack pilots in those Night Gears. Again, Night Gears, even after the skill tree, the Night Gears have only gotten stronger with the skill tree. They're more durable. They carry more ammo. They're more agile now. They did a lot of work. Both of them survived till the very end. You can't let that happen. And like I said, Kong got drawn in, possibly by the LRMs. I think they should have been more aggressive sooner. That little bit of extra aggression time at the beginning maybe would have been a difference. And at the very late game, they were fighting all those little brawls, mini brawls. You can't do that. You have to have, even at the end of the game when it's only like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, you have to keep the focus fire going. You can't have as many brawls. Kong lost a numerical advantage. Those last few Night Gears were able to get the DPS in and take it out. But yeah, again, closer game. And now we're going into Tourmaline, which again is 2 lights, 2 heavies, 4 assaults. Bonus going to whichever team kills all assaults. Pendulum is pretty far swung in 54's MR favor here. But let's see if Kong can maybe pull in one last strong match from here.
Yeah, after 4 drops, 54th does have a commanding lead over this. The best Kong can do right now is just try to get a drop out of it and salvage some rep points, because at this point it's 1,400 to 275. 54th is clearly going to take first place. Well, actually, let's take a look at that here before we go into drop 5.
Yeah.
Let's take. I'm going to pull up the standings again, and that's this one. All right, so 54th with 1,400 points. So that's 50, 7, 8, 9, 12, 8. That's going to put them at over 10,000, 1,200 or 12,050, and if it was to stay like this, that would only put Kong at 9,600. So Kong would have to have a big match, a really big match to keep it close. I am 99.9% sure, because I'm not good at doing the math on the fly like this, but I'm 99.9% sure that 54th is going to have first place after this drop. Kong has to win this last match just to keep within striking distance.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this is where you win big, you lose small, win small, lose small, whatever you want to call it. This is Kong's last chance, last hurrah to save face and bring this back around. I think Kong may have underestimated 54th going into the matches tonight, and that's what made them pay for it so far. But going into this match, in the Tourmaline, we need a chance to talk strat. This can also be a very brawl map. Okay, in the advantage, possibly for 54th as well. 54th has been very strong with brawl as well, but they've also been strong with Night Gears. So we'll see you shortly what the drop decks comprise of.
I like being off on the edge of the map like this.
Oh, and we got dropships incoming now. Looks like there we go.
I am on the 54 side.
All right.
Okay, we got a Nightjar, a Wolfhound, a Summoner, a Marauder 2C, a Warhawk, another Marauder 2C, an Arctic Cheetah, and a Kodiak 3. No Battle Masters for 54th.
All right, so here for Kong, we've got a Kodiak, good old Kodiak 3, Atlas, Brawl Atlas, Commando, Battlemaster 2C, Onion, Orion, for those who don't know, Arctic Cheetah, Warhawk, and Grasshopper 5H. Let me give a quick look at their kind of composition here. Looks like some Dacker from the Kodiak, straight up Brawl from the Atlas, of course, wouldn't expect nothing less. Large Pulse from the Battlemaster, so pretty brawly over here from Kong on the flip side from what they were earlier.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of these Marauder 2Cs for 54th. It's all medium pulse lasers. An interesting build for sure. But maybe not as hot as the usual one that we see on that mech. I'm taking a look at Switch is also running one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 medium pulse and a flamer on his.
and so right now Kong is being a little bit more the aggressor. There's a little skirmisher going on by Boogeyman and North here in this Wolfhound. Molasses Fats comes to join here, so it's 2-on-1 here on this light fight here.
Yeah, not a fair fight.
Kind of caught out. No, yeah, North Paul's
he needs to
out.
Run.
Ford Prefect over here, kind of coming in late, but he may get ganked too.
He's gonna get hit from behind if that Battlemaster turns around.
But here, 54th is starting to move up. 54th is starting to move up now here on the high ground.
Here it comes. So now Ford Perfect's gonna get caught out.
Yeah.
2, 3 against 1.
Yep, Switchblade down at 79%. It's like he's trying to rotate armor out a little bit here. 48%. Kong is a little bit bunched up. This is where I expect to see some strikes going down. They are coming down. Nasty strike here going down on Kong. Kong seems to be pushing it with their Atlases a little bit. But the rest of their team's kind of down here in the low ground here still. This is where you got to be careful. You got to keep that focus fire up.
Damage numbers not looking good for 54th right now. Kong has a chance if they make the push.
They got to be aggressive. They can't stop. They got to push right.
Yeah, here it comes. Here it is. It's like they're reading our minds. But Commander Harabeck goes down quick.
Yeah.
Many 54th mechs still very injured.
Yep. Switchblade still alive, 32%. Switchblade finally goes down. He was getting some back shots in there for a little bit. Kong, another one down for Kong. Again, 54th, still some low percentage mechs there. Kodiak 3 is still very Shax. That Kodiak 3 is still very fresh. He has the potential to clean up here, but he has to get active. He has to get up into that battle. Somebody get here into the cockpit of Shax.
Yeah, these are just the last 3 mechs alive here for Kong.
So Alpha.
Well, for both teams,
one shot here.
It's a 3v3.
And so right now, all teams are kind of getting split up. The Summoner here is kind of being sent off to get split up by Shax.
Yeah, Death of Gods goes down for 54. It's 3v2 right now.
Yeah, ammo explosion on that Summoner looks like too. He's one shot. Oh, for that friendly fire?
Oh, North Paul goes down, and Kong takes the last drop.
Was that friendly fire that took out North Paul? North Paul and Zero Mine?
I don't know. I didn't see it. But a win is a win is a win, and Kong got a much needed drop win out of that.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, so that was friendly fire. North Paul took down Zero Mine with friendly fire, but he was going down anyways. Kong cleaned up. They scared me for a little bit there, but they cleaned up. Shax and that Kodiak 3, 2 LBX, AC-10s, cleaned up that battlefield nice and neatly. We're going to call him the cleaner tonight. 984 damage. Death of God, 785 damage. Holy crap. Holy hell. They didn't want to let that one slip through their fingers, and they brought that back. They do get the bonus as well, going to Kong.
Yep. Let's see if we can get... I'll send out one more message to the guys in the lobby here to see if we can get... Let's see if we can get Commander Harabeck and Boogeyman on TS with us after the drop here. But going into... Well, going back into the lobby. Let me turn off that. 54th MR does pull off the win. a decisive win, 4-1 over Kong, 1,525 rep points to Kong's 625.
And if my math is correct, would that bring 54th up over Kong for first place?
Well, actually, I shouldn't have taken that thing off the screen here. Let me. I'll
Is
tell
my
you
math
what.
right?
I don't know. Let's see. I'll tell you. I'm gonna pull up the calculator to be sure because
There you go.
I'm an idiot like that sometimes.
We're no mathematicians here, guys. We just play MechWarrior.
Right. Let's see here. Where'd my calculator go? Come over here. All right. So we've got 54th, 8,750 plus 1,525. They'll have 10,275 rep. That would definitely overtake Kong if things were to stand like they were, but Kong's got that 9,400 plus the 625, 10,025. How much did I say 54th had?
10,275.
Yep, so they'll have a 250 rep point lead over Kong in first place. Congratulations, 54 MR.
54th MR. We did our numbers right. You guys brought a hell of a match tonight, guys. Came back. We're the underdogs, and it was that close, down to just those couple hundred match score at the end of this day, and they did it. I think Kong underestimated 54th. I mean, we'll get to talk to them hopefully here shortly. But it just seems like, man, 54th was just a well-oiled machine tonight. No pun intended. Their actuators were ready to go, and they brought it.
I agree. I mean,
this last match was a little squirrely. Maybe, it happens to everyone. You start winning, you start getting a little loose. We call it the don't. The don't or the throws that happened in Blackwatch when we're up 4-1. We always have to lose that last match,
right?
Just because. But well played by both teams tonight. They both tried to play their strengths well, but 54th was just a little bit more practice, it looked like.
Well, we do have El Switchblade and Boogeyman up in the lobby. If you wanna go up there, if we want to go up there and talk to them, I think we should, because there's some questions I have for these guys.
Let's do it. We'll keep it short and sweet. Let's see what we got.
All right.
Channel switch. User joined your channel.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Hey, guys.
Well, congratulations to 54MR. We did the math, and looks like you're going to have a 250 rep point lead over Kong. Still very close. 250 rep points is, as I'm sure everybody knows, is not a lot. But first place is going to shift a little bit there. We definitely have some questions for you guys, though. If you guys are willing to answer a few.
Yeah. Cool. And just real quick, first hands off to the sportsmanship from both teams, the sports manly list of both units here, both with the holding and whatnot that happened, having to reschedule. Appreciate that, guys. You guys brought excellent matches. Going into this, 54th, you guys are the underdogs. Kong, you guys, were the first pick, coming in first Division D last year and being first going into this series. RJ's got some questions for you guys to kind of ask you, how did y'all feel going into this? RJ, go ahead and take it away.
I'm taking, okay. That wasn't what I was expecting, but okay.
Oh.
I mean, that is a good question. Kong, you guys were sitting on top of the division. 54th, you guys took third place last season in Division D. Kong, you're kind of the Cinderella story of MRBC this year. Well, starting with Kong, what were your thoughts heading into this match? What were the objectives? What were your objectives aside from winning that you might have had specifically? And what was the feeling?
Just stick to the game plan, but the team had other ideas in mind. Because it's just like I don't know. We're kind of, to be honest, we are kind of tired.
Yeah, and definitely a late game tonight too. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like we got some people on the team that are just like they're burned out, all that shit.
Yeah, I feel you. And it probably doesn't help too. With the skill tree still being so new, and it being a whole totally new game as
See,
well.
I wouldn't chalk up our loss to the skill tree.
Yeah.
Like we had that match against Steel Union about 2 weeks ago, and things were totally fine. It's just like it was probably more of like a mental thing this week, just like the guys weren't ready because we were supposed to have it's supposed to be a doubleheader for us this weekend, but Eyes had to forfeit. That was going to be our warm up match yesterday, and then we were supposed to play 54 MR last week, so we've pretty much gone like about a week and a half without actually having to play people.
Yeah, we had a 2-week break ourselves. With
so the thing is, like,
Memorial Day.
I'll let you in on this. Like, Kong, we don't practice. We got this far on like pugging. I'm not even joking. Like, we just show up like in half an hour before the match. Like, okay, which match we're gonna use? Yeah, all right, perfect. This one, Div D win. But it's just like, yeah.
Well,
we're just not like mentally prepared for this week. That kind of stuff. People tired. Everyone's just like not feeling it anymore. Some people don't want to play. It's just
I feel well. I mean, and you guys, not shortchanging. I mean, you guys, whether you bad news bears it or not, you guys have an excellent performance both last season. You guys have performed excellent all this season. It did feel like a little bit of an upset. We'll go into that more here just with a few more questions here, Charlie.
We played like shit. That's all it was. Like they took advantage of that, and that's just they took that guy they won.
Yeah, and so on to 54th real quick. El Switchblade. We talked about this. Maybe it's been a little bit of a grudge match for you guys. Coming in third last season under Kong's first place finish, and coming in second in this one, kind of again being the underdog here. Did you guys have some kind of special training regime? Did you guys pick the LRM boat to play last week? Like, tell us how you guys felt going into tonight's match. What was the mindset?
Well, first off, the only people that think we're underdogs are everybody else. We have no doubt about the skill in our team, and we love playing against Kong. They're a grade A unit. They really challenge us, and we've got to work really hard. So you can take that underdog stuff and smoke it in a pipe.
There's no we're just here to play the game, man.
Right.
There's no like grudge match, nothing like that.
The only grudge element was we brought a learn boat because they brought a learn boat last time, and they kicked our fucking ass with it, and so we needed to pay it back. They destroyed us on Polar when we played them in week 2, hands down, just wrecked us, and we needed to get something back on that. As far as training regime, if you watch the MRBC Discord, we're constantly trying to find scrims. We're just taking this season seriously and having a good time with it.
Nice.
Plus it helps that the meta has somewhat shifted to the brawl. We're a brawl team, and we appreciate PGI for that.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying for probably the better part of a year now, ever since they started doing the map revamps, that it really felt like PGI was pushing the long range. These maps, especially you look at Frozen City with that big gully in the middle, teams could just stand off all day long with PPCs and gauze from the tops of the hills on either side of that gully. And you're absolutely right that you were seeing a lot more brawl with this new skill tree. There's no doubt about it, and I think both of your teams actually put on quite a show of it tonight. So I think you hit that nail right on the head there.
And and still some of these matches still, were a hair from totally being different, right? Whether it's a little bit different focus fire, like you mentioned, you tighten up one thing or the other. A little bit of hesitation gets you. I wish we could sometimes be in hear y'all's comms, right? As a drop commander myself, it's always interesting to hear, when to push, when not to push. There was a lot of strikes going on. I'm sure you guys can probably both agree that with the skill tree.
So a lot of players in our team are still getting used to being able to stack like 2 airstrikes and stuff like that. Because what is it on HPG when they came up over the ridge, we should have just fucking pounded them with it. But people are still trying to get the hang of that.
Right.
Because after playing this game for like 5-something years, you either have like a cool shot or an airstrike, right?
Absolutely.
Or like just double cool shot. So it's just something you need to shake off and get your head in the right place.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And of course, night gears are still strong. There's, you guys both came to play. We appreciate you guys working out the schedules to show up here for tonight. It was an excellent performance. You guys brought an awesome crowd. Everyone was super stoked. And you win some, you lose some, and we definitely look forward to seeing more of y'all's matches in the future. And hopefully, me and RJ can cast those too. I know I ran into you earlier today in Q Switchblade. So it's always good to see familiar faces all over MechWarrior Online.
Yeah, we'll see what happens down the road. Some of our guys might not be here. I don't know. There might be roster changes because of lack of motivation. Who knows? I mean, you can't win them all. We're going to lose eventually.
Well, Kong, Boogeyman and Commander Harbeck, is he here? Actually, is he here with us?
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay.
He went to bed.
Okay, I don't blame him. But I really hope though that we do continue to see Kong in future competitive matches with Worlds coming up, being very close. I mean, just watching how you guys have progressed this whole time has actually been a really fun journey for a lot of us. Especially coming out of Worlds last season. I know I've mentioned that to you guys before. It just really sticks out to me as one of the big things of this MRBC season. L Switchblade, looking at 54MR, are you guys noticing any of the same sort of burnout issues at all? Because I know it hits every team at various points. We saw a lot of it in 228 last year, especially after Worlds. Have you guys experienced any of that at all as well?
Some of our second line pilots, I think, have filtered out. Our roster this season was a concatenation of two of our World Cup teams. The team that we had last season, we're down 4 pilots from that, and the team that we have this season going into it, we're all pretty tight. Most of us we play other games and stuff, but we're still pretty committed to MechWarrior. You might see, our 10th through 12th players change out a little bit, but I think we've got a pretty solid 8 core, and I mean, we've got a pretty stable roster, so it really helps that we're all like friends and get along and stuff. So that adds a lot to it.
Yeah, that make a big difference.
Yeah, that and the other team last year was my team. I had to learn how to shut up for a couple of seasons. So.
I'm sorry.
In the World Cup, the other team was my team. I was calling for that one, so I had to learn how to delineate more to switch and when to say something and when not. So.
We've got, to Mikado's point, like we post all of our matches up on YouTube and stuff. Our comms are pretty fluid. There's it's just a constant stream of talking. And I think the team does a pretty good job of filtering data, because there's a lot of data flowing in.
Yeah, well, there should be, and any comp team. That's actually one of the biggest lessons I took out of Worlds last year. You guys, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with who Panic Button is. During Worlds last year, he would come down into our channel and just listen to our comms when we were just scrimming or even in a match. And then as soon as the match was done, he would ask us, "So why weren't any of you guys talking?" And then he'd have a sample of what a Blackwatch team was doing, and the constant flow of information. So yeah, the more informed you are during the drop, the better you can do in the drop. It's a
and especially super important too when you're a longer range team going against a brawl, being able to we talked about that being able to scout the brawl out ahead of time and trying to rotate from scouting. Communication is super important, but sometimes you do your best and it still doesn't work out. Being on both sides of that coin, absolutely, RJ, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But guys, again, let's have anything else to add. As far as Kong, if you guys made it this far, doing as well as you did, coming up this fast and this hard, I can imagine if you guys had like a regular training kind of deal, where you guys would be. So please, man, we want to see you guys again. We'll fill in your roster, man. We want to see you guys back for sure.
It's tough because we got a guy, he plays out of Taiwan, and then a bunch of us work night shift, right? So it's not exactly like we have time during the week, which is when apparently everybody scrims.
Yep.
Well, I think that's supposed to be one of the nice things about this new tournament side that they're bringing into the game, because
you just queue up when you want and then you can find people.
Yeah, exactly. So that I'm not sure if it's actually going to stick like that for the finals or the locked roster season, but just from the way they made it sound, it's supposed to be a lot easier on teams to get their matches and be able to rank up to get to those finals because of that. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. So.
Yeah, just in response to Mikado's question or comment about closing comments, again, huge appreciations to Kong for going with the reschedule. Memorial Day weekend, we weren't going to be able to field a team, and I can appreciate the burnout and stuff. Always great to play you, Kong guys. You're great sports, good to chat to and stuff. So you have roster problems, Boogie. You talk to me.
What are you trying to?
Maybe I'm trying to recruit you. Yeah.
No.
We'll see a 54 Kong unit next year or something. But no.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Man. Maybe down the line, I'll cherry pick the best players from the division and then go a division up. We'll see. I don't know.
We're a small community, but cool. I'll let you end it there, RJ.
All right. Well, yeah, guys. Thanks for letting us do the cast. Thanks for putting on a great match for everybody. We really appreciate it. And let's see. This was game 7 for you guys. So both of you still have 3 games to go. Is that right?
We a lot of us put off matches from the first leg, so we're going to be having like week 11, week 12 or so matches, that kind of stuff.
How many?
There's like that 1 week after skill tree that like no one really wanted to play games.
But how many actual matches do both of you guys have left?
We got to play everyone else one more time, but we got to play 228 twice.
And we've got to play eyes and then stun twice.
Okay, so there's a lot more Div-C action to come then.
Yeah, it'll be a good match against with Death from Above 228. Send Iron Kilo a friend request for premium time. Tell him I said hi. But no, definitely good games when they're rising there. But hey, I'll say my goodbyes tonight. Again, thanks again, stream, for showing up. See you there next time. Me and RJ, holding it down. Thanks again for having me, RJ.
Oh, no problem, sir. No problem.
Hey, don't forget to talk about the other cast coming up this week.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right,
take it easy, man.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, yeah, I'm actually gonna get that pulled up for the viewers here. So I'm gonna turn off the TS window and I'll take this over to the main page. I'll put this up bottom left. I think we want to be. Oh, I need to extend this. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix the window here. All right. So that's gonna come up, and we'll bring this up. Oop. There we go. So we can see that on screen right there. Of course, this top one here is the one that we're finishing up right now. But L Switch, he is one of the only, I think he's the only actual official shoutcaster for MRBC other than Bandit and MDM. And he's got these 2 casts coming up, 2 great ones. Marine Mechs versus the Cabal on the 7th of June, and that'll be at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And then the very next day, 228 IBR, Death from Above, one of our sister units in the 228, versus Steel Union on the 8th of June at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And then, of course, I haven't seen what the schedule for next week looks like yet, but Mikado and I will be picking up a match for next week. And I'm sure we'll also see Bandit and MDM, Magician, or Poopenshire come up with some matches as well. So you can get this information, all the upcoming matches, the current tables, rankings, latest videos, everything about MRBC. You can get that at mrbcleague.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly suggest you do. If you're even thinking about putting a team together just to try to get an introduction into competitive gaming, MRBC is a great place to start. You start off in Division E2 and just start working your way up, in the lower divisions to kind of get a feel for it. MRBC is a great league for that. So mrbcleague.com, head on over there. All the information you need is right there. And with that, I'm going to say thank you to Mikado once again for doing this cast with me. I don't think we screwed anything up big time this time.
I think this is the first one we haven't totally broken something so far.
Well, technically, it's not over yet. We still have a couple minutes here, but yeah, again, thank you, Mikado. Thanks for joining me again, and
anytime, man.
I look forward to our next cast together.
Yes, sir.
All right, good night. Good night, Mech Warriors.
Good night.